everyone, it's Venice from Flip Japan. If you're planning your first trip here in Japan, you're at the right place. This is part of our full Japan travel planning series, and today we're covering one of the biggest steps, step 5, which is booking flights and finding accommodation that won't leave you stressed or broke. Okay, this is where things start to get real. It's time to book your flights and lock in where you're going to be staying. You've figured out your dates, maybe even mapped out your route, and now we're getting into the logistics that make the trip actually happen. Let's start with flights. If you've already got fixed travel dates, then your main job is just to find the best deal within those windows. But if your dates are flexible even by just a few days, you can sometimes save a lot just by shifting things around a little bit. Flights midweek are often cheaper than weekends, and being open to longer layovers or flying with budget carriers can cut your costs big time. Use comparison tools like Skyscanner or Google Flights to track prices, set up alerts so you know when a deal opens up, and double check what's included in your ticket, especially if you're flying budget airlines. Some of the cheaper fares don't include checked luggage, meals, or even seat selection, and these extras can really add up if you're not careful. Alright, now on to accommodations, which is honestly one of the most exciting parts of planning a trip to Japan. Where you stay can totally shape how your trip feels. Are you going for something budget friendly and no fuss, something social, something super traditional, or maybe something insanely aesthetic for the gram? Japan's got all of it and more. If you're on a budget, hostels are a great place to start. Japan's hostels are clean, modern, and way more stylish than what you might expect. A dorm room usually sets you back around 3,000 to 5,500 yen per night, and a lot of places comes with free breakfast, shared kitchens, laundry, and some common areas where you can meet other travelers. Then there are capsule hotels, which are very Japan and honestly kind of iconic. You sleep in your own little pod, usually with a sliding door, lights, charging ports, sometimes even with a mini TV. Bathrooms and lounges are shared, and the whole vibe is quiet, clean, and super efficient. These usually cost around 4,000 to 6,500 yen per night, depending on how high-tech or boutique the place is. Business hotels are the next level up. They're everywhere, especially near train stations, and they give you a compact private room with your own bathroom, your own desk, Wi-Fi, and sometimes breakfast. Super convenient if you just want a comfy private space to recharge. Prices usually range from 7,000 yen to 15,000 yen per night, depending on the brand and the location. Now, if you want your accommodation to feel like part of the actual experience, Japan seriously delivers. Take a ryokan for example. These are traditional Japanese inns where you sleep either on tatami mats or on beds, wear a yukata robe, and have a beautifully prepared kaiseki dinner and breakfast included. Some also have onsen, hot spring baths, either shared or in your own room. Prices start around 15,000 yen per person per night for simpler countryside ryokans, and can go all the way up to 50,000 or even more for a luxury experience. One really fun experience you can try is to stay at a temple or a shukubo. These are run by active Buddhist temples and typically include simple but delicious vegetarian meals, the option to join morning prayers or meditation. Expect to pay anywhere from around 6,000 yen to 15,000 yen per night, depending on the temple and location. If you love traditional design and want to stay somewhere super photogenic, you can also check out a machiya. These are old wooden townhouses, especially popular in Kyoto, and they have been converted into stylish guest houses. You can usually rent out the whole place to yourself, and it feels like you've stepped back in time, but with Wi-Fi and heating. They usually cost around 15,000 yen to 30,000 yen per night, depending on the size and the season. If you're up for something more rural and community focused, consider staying at a farm stay or homestay. You stay with a local family, help with light farm tasks maybe, and eat fresh home cooked meals. These cost about 12,000 yen to 20,000 yen per night, and it's a great way to see a slower, more authentic side of Japan. And of course, for the indulgent treat yourself vibes, there are onsen resorts, boutique hotels, and private villas, some with ocean or mountain views, and even private hot spring baths. These tend to range anywhere from 20,000 to upwards of 60,000 or more per night, depending on how luxe you want to go. Whatever your vibe, try to book early, especially if you're traveling during cherry blossom season, golden week, which is end of April to early May, or autumn time. Places like ryokans, temples, and small inns can sell out months in advance. And always check how far your accommodation is from the nearest train station, because trust me, after a long day of walking, you thank yourself for choosing somewhere that's not a safe 25-minute uphill hike with luggage. If you're not sure where to start, make sure to check out the guides I've linked in the description box down below. below. We've got you covered for accommodations in Tokyo, Kyoto, and loads of other places throughout Japan. If you want help finding the perfect stay based on your route, your budget, your vibe, just reach out through our travel planning service in the description box down below. Alright, that wraps up step 5. In the next episode, we're talking all about choosing your base cities, where to stay, how long to spend in each one, and how to set up your trip so you're not constantly packing and moving. It's one of the most important steps for keeping your trip fun, not stressful. If this is helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment with the type of accommodation you're most excited for. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.